Let's rank every hero equipment from the best to the worst, covering everything that's changed from Town Hall 17's release and the addition of the Electro Boots. Let's kick things off with the Barbarian King. Here's how his equipment ranks from best to worst. His best two in the S tier have to be the Spiky Ball and Earthquake Boots. Both options are incredibly strong and highly flexible. The Spiky Ball provides instant damage, making it a perfect partner to the Earthquake Boots, which opens walls and damages surrounding buildings. Together, they deal massive area damage around the king, allowing him to support troops more effectively with his wall-breaking ability. Along with that, down in the A tier, we have the Giant Gauntlet. This ability still provides an impressive amount of damage reduction, which helps the king become exponentially tanky, while pairing it with the Spiky Ball for its bonus HP. This also lets him do instant damage regardless if he's caught in a tornado trap or not. It can also work well with the Earthquake Boots for tanking and support, but its best synergy is with the Rage Vial, boosting the king's splash damage output, which is great if you don't want him to open walls. Now with that said, the Rage Vial sits in the B tier, but it's still a solid choice. It pairs perfectly with the Giant Gauntlet, which will boost his splash damage output, but it can also work well with the Earthquake Boots to open up the base and keep moving for heavy damage. You can even use it with the Vamp Stash to increase his healing while funneling. The other two equipment are either lackluster and can be replaced, or just straight up useless to the Barbarian King. With that said, what are the best combos for the Barbarian King? Well, we have three standout options for the Barbarian King to use, which includes the Spiky Ball and Earthquake Boots, which is a versatile combo for any army, and it can open walls and deal massive area damage. You also have the Giant Gauntlet and Rage Vial, which is a solid pick if you're still leveling up the Spiky Ball and Earthquake Boots, and we even have the Giant Gauntlet and Spiky Ball, which is just for pure tankiness with some extra damage on the side. Now, if you don't have any epic equipment, the Earthquake Boots and Rage Vial combo is a very strong set that can work really well. It gives you the DPS while opening up the base for your king and other troops, regardless if you're funneling or if you're within the base. Moving on to the Archer Queen, this is how her equipment ranks from best to worst. Now for her, the best options in the S tier have to be the Magic Mirror and the Healer Puppets. These two equipment options are incredibly strong and versatile. The Healer Puppets, as an example, provide free healers wherever your queen may be, which is ideal for replenishing lost healers inside the base during a smash attack, for example, or enabling a free queen walk for funneling. Meanwhile, the Magic Mirror not only boosts her HP recovery, but also grants your queen temporary invisibility and doubles her damage with two temporary cloned queens. Together, they can give her an outstanding amount of survivability and incredible DPS no matter where she is on the base. Additionally, the Giant Arrow is within the A tier. This ability, though slightly more niche, is highly versatile with plenty of practical uses. It can activate invisibility spell towers from a distance, or even remove air defenses and sweepers in one shot, making it incredibly valuable. Pairing it with the Healer Puppets allows for a free queen walk immediately after, adding even more flexibility to its use. Now, the Invisibility Vial sits within the B tier, but it can still be a decent choice depending on what you have available. Its long invisibility duration makes it ideal for queen charges or when you don't have any epic equipment. However, beyond that, its utility is limited and is often replaced by stronger options like the Magic Mirror as you unlock more equipment. The other two equipment are extremely niche and are usually not worth running unless you love using queen charges. So with that said, what are the best combos for her? Now for her, we have three different choices that can work pretty darn well, which include the Magic Mirror and the Healer Puppets, which is a versatile combo for literally any army, which can help you with funneling or dealing massive damage while having a ton of survivability. You also have the Giant Arrow and Healer Puppets, which can be a solid pick if you're running air spam armies or you're looking to set up a funnel with a free queen walk. Additionally, we also have the Frozen Arrow and the Healer Puppets, which can be a pretty decent choice for those those who lack the magic mirror. Now, if you don't have any epic equipment and you're not using air spam, the invisibility vial with the healer puppets tends to be a decent set that can work decently well. It gives you survivability while also giving you just that little bit of damage from the invisibility vial, which can be great anytime your queen is within the base. Now, the Minion Prince only has 2 pieces of equipment, so it's hard to actually rank him right now, but he will get more over time. So currently, I would put his Dark Orb in the S tier and his Henchman Puppet in the A tier, both of which are very strong on their own right, and they're great within Hydra armies. Outside of that, the Grand Warden is up next, so here's how his equipment ranks from best to worst. His 2 best options in the S tier have to be the Eternal Tome and the Fireball. These 2 equipment options are incredibly strong, though one is going to be more versatile than the other. Speaking of which, the Eternal Tome remains the Warden's best equipment, offering an invaluable invincibility, making it essential for any attack where the Warden serves as a supportive tool. On the other hand, the Fireball is just as powerful, but less flexible, as it's primarily used as a main damage dealer for Warden charges. While the Fireball can provide excellent value against any base, it's best not to pair it with the Eternal Tome, as the synergy isn't as effective as it might seem. Along with that, down in the A tier, we have the Healing Tome and the Rage Gem. These 2 abilities provide excellent support and flexibility for the Grand Warden, regardless of how you're using him. The Rage Gem synergizes perfectly with the Eternal Tome and the Fireball, enhancing the healer's healing output and giving troops a 50% rage boost. Meanwhile, the Healing Tome is one of the strongest options when paired with the Eternal Tome, combining invincibility and healing for unmatched survivability. Both abilities also work decently with Root Riders and Druids, though they might not be as effective nowadays. Now, outside of that, the Life Gem sits within the C tier, but it's not as bad as some might say. The main drawback of this ability is that it only is effective with units with less than 2000 HP. Troops like Balloons, Hog Riders, and even the new Throwers benefit from the HP boost. However, for higher HP units, the Apprentice Warden is often a better option due to its no cap HP increase, making it more versatile. Other than that, the Lava Loon Puppet just isn't worth running, as it's easily replaceable by other equipment and can often be wasted thanks to Seeking Air Mines. So with that said, what about the best combos for the Grand Warden? Well, the Grand Warden has 3 fantastic options to choose from, which include the Eternal Tome and Healing Tome, which is a versatile combo for most armies that use the Warden as a supportive hero. But you've also got the Rage Gem and the Fireball, which is a solid pick if you're using Smash armies or rocket balloons, or whenever you're just using a Warden charge. And we also have the Eternal Tome and either the Life Gem or the Rage Gem, which is a decent choice for those who either need the Rage buff for the healers or are using low HP units. Finally, we get to the Royal Champion, where this is how her equipment ranks from best to worst. For her, the 3 best options in the S tier have to be the Rocket Spear, Haste Vial, and the new Electro Boots. All 3 of these equipment options are incredibly strong and flexible for her, mainly the Rocket Spear, which works exponentially well when her ability is used early or on the back end of the base. However, the Haste Vial is another great option if you're which offers a huge DPS boost, which pairs perfectly with equipment like the Hog Puppets for additional healing or the Electro Boots for both passive DPS and healing. But the Electro Boots overall just have great synergy with both equipment, as it gives you the comfort versus skeleton traps and can let her be used in Royal Champion charges, within your actual army, or on the back end of the base. Speaking of which, the Hog Puppet sits comfortably in the A tier. Despite a significant nerf in the past, this ability still provides Hog Riders with a solid amount of HP and DPS, instant healing, and a 1-second invisibility. This makes it a perfect pairing with the Rocket Spear, Haste Vial, or even the Electro Boots for its valuable flexibility for any army. The Seeking Shield is unfortunately down in the B tier, but it's not really a bad equipment at all. Its main drawback for the most part is that it just targets 4 defenses, which limits its impact. And even though it does really solid damage, it's essentially just a weaker rocket spear. However, it can still pair well with said rocket spear or even with the hog puppets in certain armies, which offers a decent amount of support and flexibility. Other than that, the Royal Gem is just going to offer your Royal Champion healing, which is usually never needed now with equipment that are just straight up upgrades from it. So with that said, what about the best combos for the champion? Well, we've got another 3 options for the Royal Champion that are really good, which includes the Electro Boots with either the Haste Vial or the Hog Puppets, which is a very versatile combo for her, regardless if you're doing a Royal Champion charge or you're using her on the back end of the base. You also have the Rocket Spear with either the Seeking Shield or the Electro Boots, which can be a really solid choice for those who are using her ability early or using it on the back end of the base. Additionally, we also have the Haste Vial and Hog Puppet combo, which is still great for plenty of armies, especially if you have no epic equipment for your Royal Champion. So here is each hero's tier list for their best and their worst equipment choices that you can run. However, if you want to know the minimum level for most heroes, check out my video on that topic right here.